I'm Tim of Govberg, and welcome to the world of Zenith. Today, I'll be your guide to your Zenith Chronomaster El Primero 38mm blue sunray dial. You can see this and the entire collection of Zenith fine timepieces on our website, govbergwatches.com. Now, although this is an automatic winding timepiece, nevertheless, it can be manually wound should it run down. Simply take the crown in the first position flush to the case, and turn in a clockwise direction, approximately 20 to 30 turns. This should be sufficient to start the advance of the balance and the operation of the movement, and you'll know, even if the chronograph is not engaged, that the watch is running because the constant second subdial at 9 o'clock will advance. At this point, you can set the date and the time where the watch and the winding rotor on the case back will continue to gather energy via the kinetic action of the wrist. But should you wish to wind the watch to its maximum rated power reserve of approximately 50 hours, simply continue turning the crown. Due to the bridal style mainspring, you cannot accidentally overwind this watch. Rather, listen for a subtle snick or click. That's your audible cue that the bridle has slipped and the watch is now wound to capacity. You'll note that there is a small kerf underneath the case that allows you to more easily withdraw the crown. And the crown allows the watch to be set, hours and minutes, as well as the quick set of the date. It's important to note that the El Primero operates somewhat differently than most calibers, in that the first position, germane to most calibers, is still the winding position, but the intermediate position between winding and all the way out is actually the zone in which the time is set. So the intermediate position here sets the time of day. Withdrawing the crown completely activates the quick set for the date, so you can rapidly correct the watch should it run down or encounter an irregular length month. Now, it's important to note that the watch should never have its quick setting feature manually operated between the hours of 8 p.m. and 4 a.m., as this is the arc of movement during which the caliber is engaged in automatic turnover of the date through midnight. Now, keep in mind that if you were to attempt to set the time during these hours, accidentally pulling the crown out all the way and turning would inadvertently activate the quick set during the danger zone. So always be careful when advancing the hours between 8 p.m. and 4 a.m. that you only pull the crown out 1 detent before commencing, and then always return the crown for water resistance and protection against displacement. The watch is also a chronograph, and you start it and stop it using the pusher at 2 o'clock, reset using the pusher at 4. Always activate the chronograph in that sequence. Start, then stop, then reset. Attempting to reset while the watch is still running, that is, going from start straight to reset, will crash the movement and cause immense damage. It's important to note that the chronograph should not be run continuously, and this is the case for lateral clutch style chronographs such as the El Primero, with a good rule of thumb being only run the chronograph for as long as the duration of the largest chronograph subregister, which in this case is 12 hours at 6 o'clock. So use the chronograph continuously for no more than 12 hours at a time. Using the chronograph absolutely continuously can cause accelerated wear, tear, and degradation of the movement between services. And remember always, start, stop, and reset. Now, there are 3 principal hazard areas that affect the care and handling of your watch: water, magnetism, and shock. Water is by far the greatest single risk and hazard to any luxury timepiece. Although this Chronomaster is robustly water resistant to 100 meters, sufficient for most activity in the water short of professional diving, nevertheless, leather, a natural porous material, is never water resistant, and leather should be swapped out for a textile or a rubber strap prior to exposing the timepiece to moisture. Moreover, you can help to avoid accidental drowning by leaving all the functions of the watch, chronograph, setting, and winding, disused while the watch is either submerged or while there is water on the case, as using the functions while there's water on the case can bypass the seals and introduce water to the interior of the timepiece to catastrophic mechanical and cosmetic consequences. Ultimately, water resistance is not like a mechanical specification of a watch. It is not static. Over time, after original assembly or a service, seals will age and lubricants will dry, meaning the watch's water resistance will ebb. So Zenith recommends having the watch water tested at an authorized Zenith service center minimally every 12 months. This is also a good time to have cosmetic condition and mechanical condition checked. Magnetism is surprisingly common, ubiquitous in daily life. It's present in the closure mechanisms of refrigerator doors, wallets and purses, high-powered wiring looms in the home and office, speakers, subwoofers, and of course MRI equipment. All of those can magnetize the ferrous hairspring at the center of your watch's balance wheel, its heartbeat. A magnetized watch will run erratically. It may run very fast, it may run very slow, but if you suspect your watch has become magnetized, take it to a Zenith authorized service center where specialized equipment is available to quickly and easily demagnetize the timepiece. Shock and concussion, however, can cause more lasting effects. Minimally, concussive activities can alter the timing precision of your watch. Maximally, concussion can cause enough damage to stop the timepiece and require repair. Zenith advises disuse of the Chronomaster 38 while riding an ATV or a mountain bike, partaking in firearms marksmanship, or tennis, batting, or golf, as all of these activities are concussive to a sufficient extent that may damage the watch. Ultimately, every fine mechanical timepiece requires a comprehensive service, and Zenith requires every 3 to 5 years a comprehensive overhaul for this timepiece. Now, this will involve cosmetic restoration of the case, replacement of the worn strap if necessary, restoration of water resistance, disassembly, cleaning, oiling, and adjustment of the movement to restore its chronometric performance as well. This should be done exclusively at Zenith authorized service centers where trained personnel, specialized tools and equipment, and original factory replacement parts from Zenith are available to protect the value of your watch as both an investment and as an instrument. Also, these agencies exclusively are able to back all work and parts invested with an original Zenith factory service warranty. Finally, visit our website at govbergwatches.com and text, call, or email our experts who will be happy to walk you through every phase of the ownership, use, and maintenance of this or any Zenith fine timepiece.